This week we travel down the River Nene, looking at all the different locks and moorings, and we go under a dangerous bridge. Got the lovely Roger with me this morning, and we are just going to be leaving Northampton Marina. Really friendly marina, Environment Agency owned, so it's really good value. Charlie is raring to go. Look at her, loins girded and everything. There you go, raring, positively raring to go. And we'll get going. Right, adventures anew up the River Nene. Goodbye, Northampton. So here we have University Bridge for the University of Northampton. Sharing the next few locks with a boat that will be coming behind us. He's also an electric narrowboat, but he's converted his himself. Isn't the River Nene lovely? What I like about rivers is the space. And that's the guy we're sharing the locks with, just coming around this corner. That drone you can hear in the background is the A45. Before I got on rivers, I was always worried about going the wrong way, but they signpost the navigable route. You've got nice little arrows that you can follow. So it's dead easy. Can't go wrong following an arrow. On first glance, I thought this was a metal bridge, but actually it's made out of wood. It's nice.
All right.
Oh, we have a gongoozler. On the River Nene, the paddles on the gates are a little bit different. You put your windlass on there, you crank like mad, and you see that sort of rusty rectangle where it says open. Well, it starts at the bottom, and then you crank it, and it takes about 10 cranks to even get it started, and you go crank, 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 till it says open. It tells you which way to crank. And at the top of the gate, a little white thing pops up, and when it shows red, you're at the top and it's open. It's the fastest speed limit on a river. This is Abington Lock, and I'm sharing all the locks at the moment with another electric boat, and it's a self-made electric boat called Honey. We are just about to go through an automatic floodgate. So if it decides that the river is in flood, there will be a siren, the lights will flash, and then it'll clang shut to keep the water out, stop getting Northampton flooded. It's all jolly clever. And it says you mustn't pass when the lights are flashing and the klaxons are sounding. Mainly because the whole thing would flip up and tip your boat over. So why you would try and race it, I don't know. Cool. That's where I've just come from, the lock. That's the River Nene mainline, I suppose. And this is where we're going. This is the direction of Peterborough. Unfortunately, it goes down the A45 for quite a way. So I'm not going to film this bit because it's jolly noisy. Obligatory swan shot. Mooring on rivers, you always need to bear in mind the possibility of flooding. This is Washlands 48-hour mooring, and I wanted to show you how they work. You see that angle? It's almost about 45 degrees. Now, we are moored up against a floating pontoon. So I'm going to go down the slope and show you. It's ever so good. I feel very safe moored here on a river. Look at that angle. Go on, Charlie. So, this here that Charlie's walking on is floating. It's on big plastic floats, basically. And the floating pontoon is attached to these great, big, rusty pipes. And they go up that high. They're really tall. So if the river floods, this platform will float up this pole, and this 45-degree angle will become horizontal. It's just amazing that the water goes up this high. So looking at the top of that pole, the water will cover that first sort of bushy tree thing. Amazing. And all of that field. So the reservoir will join the river. Might be able to hear the A45, but it is a wonderful view from this mooring. It's Roger's last night, so we always like to go out for a meal. Following a lovely little walk around some lakes and across a field, Charlie has brought me to the old cherry tree. I think she's made a really good choice. Can't beat a bit of a thatched pub, can you? Looks like it's closed though. Nice. So this is chicken leek and bacon pie at the cherry tree. Look at that. That is Parma wrapped beans. What a great looking meal. And that is what the fish and chips looks like. And that's like a curry sauce to go on it. It's absolutely yum. And this is their little garden. It's lovely. So this building was a coaching inn since 1674. But it was a building before then. The River Nene, as you're leaving the lock, you leave the gate open behind you. Because it's a river, you just do that to keep the water flowing. The first of the River Nene guillotine locks. This is exciting. First guillotine lock on this journey on the River Nene. And I'm lucky because this one is electric. They're really very easy. Press to raise gate. It raises a little bit and then it stops and then your boat goes down. So when the water gets to a certain level, I think it's actually a timer. So after the timer, or it gets to a particular level, then a light comes on and you can carry on and raise the gate. Let's go and have a look. So can you see, green button, gate may be fully raised when lit. So press to raise gate. It's easy pants, isn't it? It's the bottom of the gate coming up. So that's it, guillotine gate done. They're dead easy. This is called Western Federal Boat Club. I think, by the looks of it, you get a mooring and a really nice little summer house next door to your boat. It's quite nice. All the summer houses are a little bit different, so maybe you have to supply your own. How pretty is this? The wind has dropped, the sky is blue, it's really hot, it's about 30 degrees C and we're at 5 p.m. But hey, you can't beat it. And I'm one of those weird people, it can't be too hot for me, I love it. Another couple of locks and then I think there may be a mooring. Can't promise, but I think there might be. Just me and the sheep. Like in the Nene. It's a lovely little private mooring. Sort of tucked away off the side of the river. Coming up to what I'm hoping is the last lock of the day, but it might not be, because I didn't realise that was a private mooring. I was hoping to moor there. Never mind, it's not dark yet. Gate going down, and this is my view. How lovely. So after a 6.5 hour cruise, I've arrived at the bankside moorings of White Mills Marina. Not quite where I wanted to get to, but hey, this is pretty. Hear that hiss? The locals have popped in for dinner and they're actually being quite unpleasant about it. I got really tired last night and moored up at White Mills Marina. It's only a £5 overnight on their bankside, because I got here at 8:30 last night. So today's journey is just 2 locks, so hopefully it won't take very long. When using the guillotine locks, you've got to make sure that these, I think they're called pointed gates or pointing end gates or something. These gates need to be touching because there's a sensor in them that won't raise the guillotine until these gates are closed properly. So when you bring your boat in, quite often the second gate swings open, so you've got to come back round and close it. That's all right, it's good exercise, isn't it? Playing with me. There we go. Well, I need to go and make sure the other one's closed now. I've just left that lock and I don't know whether you can see, a blue boat just turned up just as I was pulling away. So I'm going to carry on down the river and kind of take it easy, and then we can share the next lock. Saves water. The River Nene is a wonderful place to be in the UK summer. Lovely. we're going a little bit bendy. Aggregate and gravel storage. Goodness me, there's loads of the stuff. It's easy to navigate on a river because when there's a choice, they give you an arrow. First time on the River Nene showing a Guantin Lock. I'm not the only one alive after all. The two guys on this boat that we've just shared a lock together are boat delivery people. You can buy a boat and get it delivered anywhere you like. If you're not in a massive hurry to get your boat, it's often better value to use boat movers rather than stick it on the back of a truck. As these guys are on a tight schedule, I've pulled over and given plenty of space so they can hot foot to Peterborough. Bye! Morning all! We continue our little journey up the River Nene. And I've met up with a couple called Dave and Bernadette. They're going the same way as me, so we thought we'd share a few locks together. Lovely couple. They're from Manchester. If you ever decide to cruise on the Nene, for the princely sum of £12, you can join the Friends of the River Nene. Friends of the River Nene. And they provide moorings. It almost doubles the amount of moorings you have available. And that's one of their moorings. It's absolutely gorgeous. They tend to be a little bit rural and a little bit beautiful. That building there is an old watermill and it's been converted into holiday accommodation. And the amazing thing about that place is that all of its electricity is provided by an Archimedes screw. How cool is that? So we've been waiting for about 10 minutes for our lock to equalise, but there's a whole load of water flooding out apparently underneath the guillotine gate. So what Dave and Bernadette are going to try, they're going to lift the guillotine gate. Hopefully the rubbish that is stopping it will get washed away and then we can try again. Coming up to another Friends of the River Nene mooring. There's one either side of that last lock. And look at this. What I like about rivers is the wide open spaces. And the lots and lots of sky. It's just marvellous. It's jolly pretty. Little village on a hill. How's that for an old canal building? Some sort of mill by the look of it. Lovely. That's gorgeous. Need something doing with it. How pretty is this little bit of wibbly wobbly river? It's a little bit different. This gate sort of rolls down. quite exciting, a bit of engineering. It's called Ditchford Lock. And I think this is the only one like that. Now, the lovely Bernadette is going to crank that paddle open and fill the lock, ready for Wattway and their boat to come in. So this is that strange curved gate. That's Dave. Give us a wave, Dave! And see if I can look at it from underneath. Well, I think I really like rivers. I like the clean, clear water. I like the windy interestingness of it. And I like the green, green, green of the trees. Sometimes it's not very tranquil on a river. We're following the A45. Got to have an obligatory swan shot, don't you? Morning! Today we go under a dangerous bridge and then I show you how to work a mechanical guillotine lock. Ooh, that's worrying. Doesn't tell you why it's a dangerous bridge. Might it fall on our heads as we go past? A car's going to be plunging on me. Well, there's no marauding bandits on it. Wonder why it's dangerous. So this is the dangerous bridge. Don't know what I'm supposed to do. I know it said slow down, but I'm not quite sure if I should be avoiding something or looking out for something or what really. So I'm just going to treat it like any other bridge and just go along. Maybe if you touch it you get electrocuted. Well, people are jogging across it, so it can't be that bad. Unless they mean this bridge. There's another bridge. Dangerous bridge in 100 metres. Sorry! I thought I'd shout in case you caught me boat. I'm quite quiet when I go along, you see. What, anything?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing whatsoever.
Ah. So this bridge is a bit squeezy, I'll give it that. And if there's something coming the other way, that will be dodgy because you can't see or hear. It's the road. Hopefully I can get through without hitting anything. Okay. Dangerous bridge. Negotiated. It's dangerous because you can't see a thing of what might be coming. Now I know there's a boat following me, but there is absolutely no way of seeing it until it's through the bridge. So yeah, head-on collisions I would think happen there. Lovely old bridge though, isn't it? Look at that. This is Abington Mooring. I'm assuming it's Abington Mooring. We're coming up to Abington Lock. This is Abington 48-hour visitor mooring. This is an environment agency. mooring. So with the Friends of the River Nene and the Environment Agency, there are a lot of places to moor on the Nene. I like the Friends of the River Nene because they're more out of the way. Because this one's okay, but it's got a big fancy thing behind it. I preferred having a big lake behind me yesterday. Note to self, when using Abington Lock going up, only open the paddles a tiny way. Pretty windy today, we're gusting from 20 to 40 miles an hour. So every now and again my boat goes sideways. But in this little dingly dell that I'm going through, the wind is scooping over the top of me. So a few seconds respite from the wind. Nice. That's another Friends of the River Nene mooring called Stanwit Lakes. But we are heading downriver to the next Friends of the River Nene mooring. See the great orange bollardy things? Well, that's marking a weir, and they are to stop you getting sucked over it. Not too bad at this time of year, the current isn't strong, but if there's more water in the river, you really feel the pull as you get dragged towards it. And if you get stuck on those bollards, you have to ring the Environment Agency and they bring a tug and pull you off. Doesn't actually look that much of a scary weir though, to be fair, that one. Some of these guillotine gates aren't automatic, no buttons to press. They have an enormous silver wheel, and what you do is you unlock it with your special Environment Agency key, and then you wind it and wind it and wind it, and then after 10 minutes of winding you have a look and you've moved the gate about an inch. But hey, I like them because I think they're quicker than the automatic ones. The wheel, it tells you which way to turn it for up and therefore opposite for down. There's a little keyhole that you put your key in, and I don't know whether you can see, there's a little bar. That's it, the bar has disappeared. Not up, but down. So I'm turning the wheel and the gate is lowering. Easy pants. Well, I'm going to get two hands onto this.
If you've enjoyed this video, please like it and subscribe to the channel. It really helps. So that's it for another week. See you next Sunday.